As I said before, if you've got any cell phones that are not muted, please mute them. We've got about 10 minutes for this briefing. We've got a brief update to tell you what the current situation is. Then Alice is going to be able to take the remaining time for questions. As we do the questions, one question at a time per reporter. We're going to start at the right and work our way around to the left. If you've got a follow-up question, then please hold it for the next round. And if at the end there are any questions left over, Henry and I are going to write down what those questions are. We want you to get answers to the questions, so we'll write down what those questions are, and we'll get back in touch with you as quickly as we can with answers to the questions. All right, Alice?
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to apologize for being delayed. I know it's important that these press releases are done on time, but we have some very recent, as a matter of fact, as I was walking out the door, we were getting a little bit of an update. So I just wanted to let y'all know I appreciate y'all's patience in waiting for this press release. The fire did intensify overnight on Monday due to a temporary loss of water pressure and water resources between the hours of 4 and 10 p.m. The loss of water pressure was due to the malfunction of 2 fireboat pumps that were providing water to the firefighters operating on the scene. Water pressure and water resources have been restored, and emergency responders continue working on suppressing the fire on tanks 80-2, 80-3, 80-5, 80-6, 80-8, 80-11. Tanks 80-9 and 80-12 were empty and have collapsed. Earlier this morning, tanks 80-14 and 80-15, both containing pyrolysis gasoline, and we refer to that as pie gas, and I will refer to that later as pie gas, are confirmed to be on fire. Emergency responders continue to work with foam and water to control and contain the fire. Additional resources, including a specialty third-party firefighting team and their equipment, have arrived on the scene. Regarding air quality, all detections recorded by CTEH were below levels that would represent health concerns. Individuals with health concerns should contact healthcare professionals. We continue to take precautions to further reduce the risk of explosion. All personnel are accounted for, and there have been no serious injuries reported as a result of this incident. From the onset of this incident, ITC officials have worked closely with first responders around the clock to contain the fire and to inform the community regarding this incident. The safety and well-being of the surrounding communities, our employees, our first responders, and the environment continue to be a top priority, and we remain committed to providing information to you as it develops. ITC is coordinating its response with representatives of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, Harris County, and other federal, state, and local agencies. The most recent update that I got as I was walking out the door from IC has changed a little bit from the press release that was scheduled. So I want to start with the tanks that are currently right now on fire. We have 80-3, 80-5, 80-6, 80-8, and 80-15 are on fire. 80-9 and 80-12 were the 2 tanks that we did not have any chemical or product in it, and they have collapsed. 80-2, 80-11, and 80-14 have burnt out, meaning that there is no more fuel in those tanks. So they are not on fire.
That was 3, I'm sorry?
80-2, 80-11, and 80-14. 80-1, 80-9, 80-7, 80-10, and 80-13 have not caught on fire.
How many are currently on fire?
Fully on fire are 80-3, 80-5, 80-6, 80-8, and 80-15.
That's 5.
5 tanks are on fire. And I just received that from Incident Command. We'll start over here, right there. David?
Yeah, so
Can
Can you repeat the question?
David Wascom, the water that's going into the ship channel is basically from the firefight, all the water going into this diked area, as well as foam. We've got booms down, we've got a third-party contractor cleaning it up at this time. We have not had any reports of foam or sheen going into the outfall, which would then go into the ship channel. We're also looking at sampling. We've been sampling around the clock every hour for pH, COD, and other things, and we have TCEQ working with us to help analyze those samples.
Next question.
Janet Shamley on CBS News. Neighbors are saying they're finding soot on their car and in their gardens. How can you assure the public that the air quality is not being compromised?
We continue to monitor the air quality. We're working with CTEC. We're also working with EPA. They actually flew a plane through the plume the last couple of days. They're still within safe levels, and we continue to monitor as y'all call in and give us reports.
But I'm sorry, let me follow
Next
up.
question.
You didn't answer the question. The follow-up is that the agency that you're releasing these statistics from, they are hired by you. They are on your payroll. What confidence can the public have in
The
those numbers?
EPA and the TCEQ are not on our payroll.
Hi.
Next question.
Upon the sign of the AP, can you talk about specifically what CTEC was specifically testing for, and then were they also testing for fine particles?
All the chemicals that we have in our tank farm plus VOCs, which is a volatile organic compound, as well as CO, CO2, oxygen, and all the other different elements.
Did that include fine particles
Next question.
as well?
Hi, David here with NBC News. ITC has a history of environmental violations, including multiple violations of the Clean Water Act. How do you explain that?
Boy.
So I'll talk on that for just a moment, because right now I'll be more than glad to give you a summary on that, but right now we want to focus on the incident. We do have a history. We've been in this community for 40 plus years, and I'll be more than glad to give you any information that you need, but I'd really like to focus on the incident right now.
But ma'am, respectfully, if I can just say, what do you say to people who are concerned that this is part of a pattern?
I can tell you that ITC is a safe company. I have worked here for over 20 years, and I believe in it, and I can guarantee you that we would never do anything that is wrong to hurt our environment. Our environment is key to our children's future. It's key to everything that we need as humans, and we are working our hardest to get this current incident under control. But if you will leave your name and contact information, I will reach out to you personally. Thank you so much.
Is it high gas, benzene? Benzene is a cancer-causing agent. So how can you say that people aren't at risk if that's what's burning?
That's what we're monitoring. We're also monitoring for benzene as well.
But that's what high gas is, isn't it?
Pie gas is not benzene, but there's benzene in pie gas.
There's benzene in high gas. Can you tell us the chemicals that are currently burning right now in the tanks?
Yes.
There.
My updated list.
They're all gasoline components. 80-3 is a gasoline blend stock. 80-5 is xylene, which also goes into making gasoline. You also have an 80-6, another gasoline, what we call blend stock, which is a gasoline for your cars. You also got NAPHTHA, which is a key ingredient. That's the first tank that went into making gasoline. And then you have pie gas, which is the same thing. These are all gasoline components.
Thank you. Next.
Right here. Have mobile readers been brought in to detect gas on site to analyze the
Yes. So we're analyzing all around the area, plus with the help of Houston, Harris County. They have monitors in the area for benzene as well.
When you release the data that you guys get on site,
Yeah, so the Harris County monitors that they have for benzene and other elements, that's a public access record, if I
For the
remember right.
mobile meters you guys brought in, will we get that data?
Yeah, let me just talk about that for just a moment. We have on our website, we have established under news media, you can go there and we are going to post the immediate, most recent results of all air monitoring that we have. We're going to post it right there. It takes a while to print all that out. We were getting current information and things were changing all morning long. So we set this up and we will post it as soon as we have it. You can see the last one that we gave you yesterday is already posted on there. And the media releases are being posted on there. So please refer to that.
How many meters were bought on site?
How many more days do you need to put out this fire?
So we have a lot of resources with it right now. I have the Harris County Fire Chief. I don't know if you can make a comment about the timing.
Hi, Laurie Christensen, Harris County Fire Marshal. As they stated, we are in support. Harris County is at level 2 readiness with the Harris County Office of Emergency Management. What we would like to encourage you, I want to say this first, please ask not only yourselves who are really good at it, but the public. Please follow Ready Harris. We're putting out press releases, social media, and those things. So we are putting that information out as soon as we can. What I will say is every available resource, we are ensuring from the Harris County Partnership that we are supplying those. We're working with industrial partners, our city partners, our liaisons within other agencies, even some of the surrounding communities to ensure all the resources that are available are here. You heard them mention earlier, they have actually called in additional resources from out of state to assist them in some of the things that they're doing. Yes, the fire continues to burn. We do have people in the Incident Command Center. They're working diligently. The first responders that are on site, obviously we are concerned about the community safety. We're also concerned about their safety. We're very proud to say that at this time nobody's been injured and the first responders are doing a fantastic job. I will also say that the Harris County Office of Emergency Management is going to continue to put out as much information as we can, but we're going to rely on ITC to put out information from their company side. So when you ask how many, and I know that was your direct question, how long will this last? We talked about that fuel has burned off, and we've said from the beginning that may be what has to happen. What I can't tell you is how long that will take to burn off. What I'll tell you is we're doing everything we can to keep it cooled, keep foam going on it, bring in those resources that are needed, and it may burn itself out. So we don't know what that timeline is. We're relying on experts that we have out in the field and specialty personnel that have specialties in this type of event to ensure that we're doing everything possible.
Yesterday, though, you said it could take 2 days to burn out. Is that still the timetable?
I'm not going to give you a timetable because, as we know, overnight it has changed. And we know the weather. I know that Jeff Linder's been giving updates, and so Jeff has been giving that information out to the weather changes.
We're still working our way around over here. All right?
You guys
Skip several of us.
Well, I know, we're at 10 minutes now, so we're going to go another few minutes. And for those of you that didn't get a chance to answer.
Its artificial time limits are foolish. But if I could just ask a question, is it my turn? Or if you go ahead.
I was going to.
All right, I'll wait my turn.
Right over here, who had a hand up? Oh, right there. I thought you had your hand up.
Do you anticipate explosions?
At this point in time, we don't anticipate any explosions. The news that I got as I was walking out the door appears to be a positive approach going forward, and we're hoping that the wind stays the way it is and that things continue.
Ms. Richardson, yesterday afternoon you said you were making headway, you had progress. Then overnight this expands to 2 more tanks. There are 5 that haven't caught fire yet. With what degree of certainty can you say that those 5 will not burn before this is over?
I cannot say with a degree of certainty. I can say that the conditions that they are applying to those tanks, we are doing everything humanly possible to protect them and to protect all of our communities and our people. And I can tell you that with 100% certainty.
But tell me, inside the Incident Command, what do they believe is going to happen to those 5 tanks?
they do not believe they are going to explode or catch on fire at this point in time,
Why are they so certain of that?
because they've worked in this industry and worked with these chemicals for a very long time. And my IC is composed of many folks that have worked in all the plants out here. They're a great group of people. Our SEMA channel mutual aid group has supported us in a phenomenal way. They have given us many resources, and we appreciate everything they have done. I believe the communities have also, the city of Deer Park, the city of LaPorte, and many other communities surrounding us have provided us resources, and we appreciate that absolutely so much.
Do you want to apologize to the city of Deer Park and the people who've lived under this cloud?
We did say one question at a time. We've got to move on.
Oh, her choice if she wants to answer it.
Well, I'm just saying, this is what we said it was how it was going to work. So,
Alice, Lindsay Henry here with Fox 2060. The press source told me that at about 9:15 p.m. last night, the fire got very close to a propane line on the property, which could obviously cause an explosion. Is this true? Did that happen? Are there propane lines on the property? And if so, what's the danger that we could face because of that?
David?
So we do have LPG lines on the property, but all the LPG lines that are in that proximity have been evacuated. We did that 2 days ago.
Was the fire close to that line last night though at 9:15?
Yeah, I mean, it's around that dike tank farm area, so it's one of those concerns where they're keeping that piece of pipe and everything in that area cool.
Is it just on the outside of it, or if you're to kind of point out where the propane
We
lines
have
are?
lines that run here, and lines that run here, and all of those have been digged, what we call it when we push the product away from it.
And last night they were evacuated, is that correct?
Those lines have been evacuated for over 24 hours.
And I will answer your question if I heard it correctly. Am I going to apologize?
Do you want to apologize? Do you want to talk to the people that have lived under this cloud now for going on 3 days?
I think I've said it the best way that I can possibly say it. Of course, ITC is very sorry that this unfortunate event, this isn't an event we wanted or planned. Many of my employees work in the city of Deer Park. They live in Deer Park. They're out there fighting this fire the best they can. They are residents. I would guess that probably 30% live in Deer Park in LaPorte. They're concerned. Their families are concerned. So of course, ITC would apologize to any of them. Any more questions? That's it. Thank you so much.
I didn't get a question. What was the size of these tanks, the capacity, and were they full when they caught on fire?
They're going to take it because we have to get back into our command center to get updated information so we can give it to y'all. Thank you all so much for coming.
She's gonna read the Spanish. Can she read Spanish?
yeah. You can do Spanish. Okay. So what's your email, by the way? You guys mentioned if you have
We're going to do the Spanish right
the email
now.
for upstairs is ITC cares at
Sir, can you stand somewhere else?
it's on the bottom of the back of the press release.